Ooh, we just carved this a few minutes ago. It's November 1st, but I dropped off some beer at Ryan's Farm in Suwon in Hwasong. He gave us a pumpkin, so I decided to carve this with my kid. But today, let's talk about this. Back to makgeolli. I do a lot of beer stuff. Time to talk about some rice wine. So, for Chuseok, we went down to Jinju, and they have a lantern festival along the river there. People make lanterns, they put them out on barges, they float in the river. I'll put some pictures interspersed throughout here. But there was a tent, a ton of tents there, but one of them was selling a local makgeolli. And so this is called Yuntak, and the place is called Unju Doga. So this is their Yuntak, 8%. Now, I was talking to the guy, and this wasn't cheap. I bought it, so I didn't think it was a ripoff, obviously, but it's so expensive. It was Imanwon, 20,000 won, because it's an Ouyangju. So there's a 5-stage fermentation to this. Primary rice in with the nuruk fermentation, and then you add 4 more additions of rice over the next couple of weeks. If it's an Ouyangju 5, then I would say probably 2 weeks. And then you ferment it out, and you get this. You'll notice when I open it that there's no psst. It's flat. It's been fermented out. There's no bubbles. There's no fermentation. Dakpul. Hello. Dakpul. She asked if she could be in the video, and I said, yeah, you know, you're in the Namhae beer competition one. Take a break this time. What? About me. I can be in the video. Don't talk about me. Anyway, so this is 8%, and I got this. It's rice, so obviously mepsal, chapsal, so the food rice that you'd have in meals, and then the sticky glutinous rice, the chapsal, and then we have ginger, and then the nuruk, and then there's like soybeans, which is interesting, jujube, which is daechu, red pepper, chili pepper, and then it's cinnamon, and then licorice root. So I thought, I have to try this. And I tried it there, and this was $20, and I decided to get some. So, look at that color. 8%. And being 20,000, it's 750, right? Yeah, it's 750 mils. Oh, shit, no, okay. It's 1,000 milliliters. Sorry, it's a liter. So this bottle's a little bit bigger. Still, even it being a liter, 20,000 for 8% makgeolli, this puts it on the more expensive, like much more expensive end of the makgeolli scale of price. And that is because they're fermenting it out, and it's a 5-stage process. They're putting extra herbs and spices in here too. That isn't going to add a ton of cost to it. It's more so just the fermentation space and the amount of work putting all that rice into it. So, happy Halloween, day after. Ooh, I got this a month ago. I haven't opened it. It's been in the fridge the whole time. But there's a bit more of that tartness on here than it was fresh at the festival. The body, though, so nice. Oh, and there's that just slight hint of the chili pepper in there. If you didn't tell me, it would add more just to the overall experience. The spiciness to it is so mild. It's just barely noticeable. But it adds something after, you know, tongue, swallow, wait, think, and then it adds that little tiny bit at the end there. The body's thick. This is a thick boy. There's a ton of rice in this with those five stages, right? You can see maybe if I swish this around the body of it. Coats the glass, and then, yeah. But yeah, I bought this because I really enjoyed it on the river, and I enjoy it now. It still retains its makgeolli-ness. Like, if you get a melon makgeolli, it's going to be that greenish color. It's going to taste like melon. And that's fine. I love those. The amount of ingredients that I listed as additions don't subtract from this being just a very well-made makgeolli. They're in complementary mode to the main show of just a really solid 5-stage takju. Yeah. There's no artificial sweeteners. This is what it's advertising. That's the river there. You can see in the middle there. The picture's not amazing, but yeah, you can see the river, and then that thing up there is the pavilion around the mountain fortress. Mountain's a quite grandiose word for a hill by the river. But it's a Sansong nonetheless, a mountain fortress. So, yeah, I can recommend this. Getting Oyangjus is always a pleasure, just because with people like us who care about how makgeolli's made and who actually listen to other people talk about alcohol and how it's made, there's the taste part, and then there's just the actual knowing how much effort goes into it and meeting the brewers, and they're nice people and they tell you about how they do it and you can tell that they care. It's an extra layer of enjoyment on a meal, right? You can have a really good steak, but if the chef comes out and said that he's worked here and did that, and his ethos about steak, and the beef is from here, even though it tastes the same, there's an extra layer of appreciation for knowing the people who are behind what you're eating, right? Young guy who's running the family business. This is it says on here, since 1988. So this is not a new business. This is almost as old as I am. So the younger son, I guess, he's working there now, and he's talking to people about what his parents have taught him, I imagine. And so, yeah. Recommended. I've never seen this up where I live. It's from Jinju. If you can find this, I'll put a link to their website in the comments. Maybe they have an online store. I'll check that out. But if there's an online store or there's a website for them, it'll be in the comments below. And if they don't have one, then bonne chance. Good luck finding this. But yeah, recommended.